whether or not the system has actually been put in place, or a deterrent like Tina asked has actually been put in place. You mentioned it on paper, but here are the facts. The facts are that the functioning of fast-track courts aside, India faces a shortage of judges. Now, there are 2,332 cases pending in fast-track courts in Mumbai, Mrunalini Deshmukh. This is data of 2012. Absolutely. And Justice Oka of the Bombay High Court has come up and saying that you want more fast-track courts, where are the judges? Yeah. Last 3 recruitment drives could not even fill 50% of the posts. Then, there is more data which says there are no female officers to go and interrogate. And if the person who is supposed to do the investigation, even a male police officer, is on patrolling duty, how is he going to do his investigation seriously? So shouldn't the system, the lawmakers who come out and try and claim credit for one case, answer for the 2,300 odd which are still pending in Mumbai, and make it happen?
Probably what they are trying to say, where I tend to agree with Priyanka, is that, okay, by doing so, they are setting a precedent now. Now, this awareness which has been brought about, that these cases which have the rape trials, etc., has to be done in a summarily manner, in a fast track, so that there is justice given to the victim which is there. But as Priyanka rightly stated, there is a victim who is a complainant. There is also the other person who needs to have...
It can't just be one case, one at a time, in 10 years that has been tried in this process.
Pinky, may I complete?
Yes.
Pinky, may I complete, please?
66 years, 2 cases have been...
Would you please allow me to say...
Out of 2,000 odd cases, is that going to prove a point in this country?
The point here is, please, I think we all need to be first tolerant and listen to each other.
I request you to please let Ms. Deshmukh finish what she's saying.
You may disagree with me. What I'm trying to say is always try and look at the little positive side. Today there is one case which has been decided in a period. Just hear me out, Ms. Kumari, which has been decided in a period of 7 months. Now, when any trial has to be decided, we all know, Pinky, all of us know that there is a defense also to which has to be heard by the judge, and he has to decide, etc.
I'm with you. I'm not talking about this. I am simply talking about, Mrunalini, there is no dispute on this proposition. It's very good that we've had one case which has been decided within a period of 7 months. So the question is, what happens to all the other cases?
So now this is set up precedent
not being put in place.
Yes.
What happens to the question that Anand has raised about judges not being appointed to the
which
normal
is
courts?
Exactly. I was just coming to that.
What is the answer to the question that 1,000 lakhs is set aside, 1,000 crores, I'm sorry, set aside for the Nirbhaya fund, which has not been allocated to
which is exactly Pinky, which is exactly what I'm trying to say, that today if you have... Sorry,
all right, ladies, I have to request you all to please allow the others to speak. Ladies, I will request you all to please allow the others to speak. And can we also get Mr. Sudhir Tailang in, because he's been patiently waiting for a while. Mr. Tailang, as a voice of the citizens, a voice that you put forth in your cartoons, do you feel as a society and, are women in this country feeling any safer? There have been measures that have been taken, of course, amendments to the law, but are the women actually feeling any safer?
Tina, in the 3rd week of December 2012, people of Delhi were angry. People of the whole country were angry after the Nirbhaya case happened. The brutal rape of Nirbhaya woke people out of this slumber, the whole country. People are still angry. In 2014, people are still angry. I do not think things have changed much, apart from changing a few laws here and there. The fact remains that in Bombay, even today, out of the 49,000 policemen, that force they have, 27,000 are given for VIP security, and the whole city is left for only 22,000 policemen. And I think the same is the case with Delhi and many other cities also where VIPs live, most of the capitals. This is what is happening. But I am telling you, this is the right time to raise the questions, because elections are happening right now. I think the 50% of population of this country has every right to ask the political parties, each political party, every political leader, ask Rahul Gandhi, ask Narendra Modi, ask Mr. Kejriwal, what do you have for us in store? What are you having in your manifesto in this election? Demand from them.
You know the issue,
Ask them
Mr.
that we
Tailang?
want not many things,
You know,
just
Mr.
basic
Tailang,
security for women.
You know, Mr. Tailang,
that is what we want.
Although
Yes.
your argument is very sound and perhaps logical too, the issue is that they will all talk. Nobody walks the talk. And that's what the facts prove. That helpline, remember 181 helpline that was set up? They are receiving 3,000 calls per day. Only 60% of them are being answered because there aren't people who are ready to pick up those calls, because those people are supposed to answer
Anand,
the calls. Those people are supposed to answer the calls. I have not been paid salaries. Have not been paid salaries.
That's the point, Ms. Kumari. They have not been paid their salaries.
They have not been paid salaries.
Let me speak up.
No,
this is the time we speak
That's
up.
what I'm trying to say.
This is the job of the media,
and the other part,
and me.
The other
create
part,
awareness about it.
The government, and be it the state or be it at the center, when the government says, oh, we'll put in stringent laws, implement them, create the infrastructure. So if it is not there, are we actually safer? Are the women of the country actually safer? You can put it across to the mindset, Mr. Kaul. You can put it across.
Anand, one second. Anand, 1 second. I'm saying is that in this election, ask political parties not to field criminals, those who have raped people, people who have been involved in crimes against women. Do not let them.
There is a
yes, this time. Mrunalini, you were making a point there.
We are going to release soon the list of criminals who have been fielded in every different. Violators of women have been fielded in Delhi as candidates.
Don't vote for them. Do not vote for them. Defeat them. That is what I'm saying.
So I think but this
that is the only thing that you can do as a citizen. What can you do?
That when people who have tortured women, people who have violated women are given ticket in Delhi. Forget about rest of the country. So what are we talking about? Just look at some of the candidates.
That is what I'm saying.
You read their records. And you will know the kind of...
I mean, if 50% of the population decides to defeat them, they will be defeated.
That is why they are not promising anything in their manifesto.
Don't vote for them.
But what about the fact that they stand? Mrunalini Deshmukh.
Absolutely. So that there are Supreme Court directives also which has been stating that all those people who are convicted and have a criminal records will not be, should not be allowed to contest elections and so on and so forth. Now the reason behind this is that what is happening is today the Supreme Court or the judiciary is doing the job of an executive which the executive has to do. So every time you have the judicial activism and the judiciary has to come in and they have to give in and lay down all these things which are there. So coming back to this, the main issue here is, as it was rightly stated, that you cannot let criminals, not people who are, have any kind of things tainted, should be allowed to be contesting. And as somebody rightly stated, that then if they are, by whatever, then they should not be elected, and it should be the responsibility of the public to ensure that they don't vote irrespective of which party that particular candidate belongs to. And that's what my view here is. So the social awareness, the public awareness is very important, and once we start appreciating this fact, only then there will be awareness, and then these things will be able to weed it out from the society gradually, and that's where I'm pretty optimistic about it.
No, but the fact is, who's responsible for keeping the women safe? Isn't it the system, the lawmakers and the law enforcers? Before you come to the judiciary, those people who create and promise a system have not created the system, Mr. Kaul, and those people who are supposed to enforce the system are not doing it.
Which is exactly what I said, that is the judiciary which is coming to the rescue.
That is why you need police reform. That is why you need judicial reform.
No.
All right, we need to speak one at a time, please. Pinky Anand, you wanted... Can we please listen to what Ms. Pinky Anand wants to say first?
Anand, I think you have a point exactly in place. As I mentioned to you earlier, as far as the courts are concerned, yes, we need reforms, and a number of discussion has taken place regarding either the number of judges, fast-track courts, expediting the system, but that is after the offence has occurred. So the question of how to reduce the crime in the first is the real moot question that is facing all of us. And to have that happen, you have the administration to be working efficiently, you have to have the enforcers, the police authorities working efficiently, you have to have the society, as Mrunalini also just spoke about the society being hyperactive to protect women and the marginalized sections of society. I mean, this entire system has to come into place. One of the crucial impacts that the judicial system can have, and we should not keep worrying about making it into days because trial has to happen according to the due process of law, is the fact that if you have on a regular course, not sporadically one or two cases, if you have on a regular course fast-track courts and courts which expedite trials and convictions happen, that does send down a message in society. It may take a little time,
yes,
but we have to go in that direction.
Exactly. And I think,
and the expediting of the courts.
If we can go to Mr. Kaul, that that's something we've often heard the police say as well, because the police says that we do our job, we go out there, we catch the criminals, and then this long-winded judicial procedure is what is a lack of a deterrent, essentially, because you have fewer convictions, you have long drawn-out judicial procedure. That's really something that needs to be rectified, and fast-track courts need to start delivering the justice within those 2 to 3 months that they're supposed to do. And also, we need to see higher rates of conviction.
Tina, I would also suggest, when you're talking about figures which are being thrown here in this fashion, it should also be seen how many cases are registered and actually go to trial.
Yep.
The figures that you are discussing are the ones which are actually in trial or pending. Absolutely. What about the number of cases that do not get to that place?
But Pinky Anand,
absolutely.
Pinky Anand, you have to change the mindset.
Pinky Anand, even before we question the number, and Ranjana Kumari, even before we question the number of cases that have been registered, what is being done to give that confidence that if a case is registered, there will be conviction? Because across Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, the rate of conviction is not more than 10 to 12%. In some cases, 0.3%.
Mr. Kaul, I want your take on that. Mr. Gautam Kaul, I want your response to that. We'll come to you. We'll come to you, Ms. Kumari. I want Mr. Gautam Kaul's response to that. Mr. Gautam Kaul.
Yeah, but you have to understand why conviction doesn't come
We'll come to you. Ms. Ranjana Kumari, we'll come to you. Mr. Gautam Kaul, if we can have your response to that first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like the attention of the panelists for at least 35 seconds and uninterrupted.
Go ahead, sir.
You see, I've heard all the members give their views, and I would like to add to their arguments a couple of things. Now, one of the issues that has been said is about delays in the trial proceedings. Even if it is 5 months old, it is only a conclusion of the first stage. Now there is, after the judgment is given, the punishment is announced, the defense still has the right to go to the higher court. Again the process will continue, and when the higher court gives a judgment, it will again go to the Supreme Court, and then finally this matter will be agitated both by the prosecution and by the defense, and then the final decision will come. And then it will go to the President of India, who has to decide on whether to accept the recommendations of the government or not. Now, this will still take about 13 months. You are talking about 5 months only. It is not a matter of pride that you have concluded the proceedings in 5 months. It's going to take at least 13 months. And that is the
Ranjana Kumari,
by
you
which
disagree?
you are going to deliver justice.
Ms. Ranjana Kumari.
Well, let me know. I just wanted to say a very, make a small 1 minute. But you finish your 35 seconds, Mr. Kaul. Let me say something.
He's made his point. Yes, Ms. Kumari.
I just want to say that you know, I'm just saying that on an average in our country, the rape trials take place from 4 to 9 years, even 11 years. We have trials which are, so should justice be even at the level of the lower court, and then it goes, as you rightly describe, High Court, Supreme Court. So should there not be a time-bound justice delivery system through a fast-track court where police is obliged to submit the report in time, do proper investigation? We do not have, and that is why witness turn hostile. In many cases, even the victim turns hostile. The family takes the victim away. They don't want to face the trial for 9 years. You know, if the girl is raped at the age of 8, 9, 10, it's her marriageable age. Parents don't want to stay in the court and keep saying that, oh,
and that's the big question.
How will she get married?
That is the big question. Do we not need more, specific time-bound judicial system delivery? Do we not need higher rate of conviction? Because yes, there's this one case where 7 months equals, fast justice according to the Home Minister of the state. But what about all the other cases? That's the question we've asked today. Are the women of this country feeling any safer? Thank you very much to all our panelists for joining us on the second debate tonight.